Bruce Hyatt, club manager at Wright-Patt Club. This is Josh Stern, the head chef. In the interest of videos and being able to talk, we're going to remove our masks, but we do have them on while we're working there during this COVID time. So here we go. Today we're going to present to you how to prepare a pulled pork, roasted, a smoked pulled pork in your oven at home. So you don't have to go out to the pit and do all the long, slow, drawn out stuff without the fire and everything. So we start off with, on ourselves, we move in a hand sanitizer. We rub that till it's nice and dry. And this is a locally produced whiskey branded from Indian Creek Distillery's hand sanitizer. Then we put on our gloves. And Josh is going to start trimming up this beautiful pork butt. This is about between 8 and 10 pounds. And he's going to trim the fat cap off the top of it. Not all of it, but just a nice layer of it so we don't have all that fat when you get down to breaking it into what you want to use it when you get to the pulled pork portion of it. And the reason we're pulling it back is because you want to season the meat. Seasoning the fat doesn't do you any good, but we do want to keep that fat because that's a lot of flavor that's going to be added to your meat later on. Just like that. So we start off with a little bit of liquid smoke. And this is a Figaro brand. You can get any liquid smoke at your local grocery store or the commissary. The commissary uses a brand called Wright's liquid smoke. I had a bottle to show you, but I left it in my office, so we're going to just go with the words. We put that liquid smoke flavoring on there to give it that smokiness that you would normally get when you're smoking it in the barbecue pit. Once that's put on there nice and thoroughly, we have a good portion of kosher salt, and we sprinkle that all over the thing, all over. Now a lot of people will put other flavorings on there. You can do that if you like. We do it as simple as possible because we do a lot of it. I don't know if all of you, many of you have experienced our sloppy hog, which is our pulled pork sandwich that we have on our food truck and our wingman's menu. That's available at building 262 normally, not right now because of COVID. It's currently available at NASIC. It's available on the food truck starting tomorrow. Black pepper. And it has been over at building 16 at the Wingman's Grill since we started the concept. So as Josh gets this nice and tenderized and rubbed in, we'll then stick it in this pan. And we set our oven to about 450 to 500 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes just to get a nice browning on the meat, crisp it up. So as I said, you put that in there for about 15 to 20 minutes to get a nice crisp char on it. And once that's done, we'll put the heat down to about 350 and put about a cup of water in the pan and cover it with foil. Once you cover it with foil, you let it sit there and cook for another 2.5 to 3 hours. And or you can check it with the fork to make sure it's nice and tender. But it should pull apart very simply. And for the magic of TV, we're going to show you one that's already done in just a second. And here goes Josh pulling up that beautiful piece of pork. You will see it does shrink up quite a bit, but what you get left is pure flavor. Let's pull that out and show how to shred that thing. Oh, it's good. It's falling apart already. Alright, so then we start by taking off that fat cap that we trimmed off before. You don't want that, but the reason we keep that fat cap on it is the fat melts as it's cooking and it goes back into the meat and keeps it moist and juicy, and you want that juicy flavor. So a lot of people at home will pull it apart with a couple of forks, or you'll see on the barbecue shows they have those big forks that they hold in their hands, the big claw looking things. That's a waste of time. Let it cool just a little bit. Josh isn't going to at the moment, so he's going to burn his fingers, but normally you let it cool a little bit and you just get into it and break it apart. So get after it, break it up there.
Just pulled apart just like this.
See how tender that is? And that flavor just goes all the way through it. You're going to have the juicy moistness of that fat that came that melted through there, the salt and the pepper that goes in. And again, if you want to add other spices, you want to add a little chili powder, you want to add comino, garlic, anything that you want to, that's your choice. But we try to keep it simple for the multitude of people that we have cooking it on a regular basis. So then we have our brioche bun that we use for our sloppy hog. So we're going to build one of those real quick. So Josh gets you a nice pile. On ours, we put about 6 ounces of meat on there, which is a good healthy portion. As you can see, it's a nice fat sandwich. Then we have our homemade barbecue sauce. And you can use any barbecue sauce you like. We drizzle it on top. Top it with some pickled red onions. And some good old dill pickles. Slap that sucker together, and there you go. There's your pulled pork sandwich. Great for the backyard. You cook it inside, you take it outside and serve it like you did it on the smoker. And good luck.